We're at the Olympic Training Center with Isaiah Martinez, a couple weeks out since Final X. Had some time to kind of reflect on that. You went on vacation. Looking back on Final X from last year and Final X this year, just talk about the progress that you've made.
I mean, I've talked about this a lot, and I mean, there's been a lot of questions about that, like what have I done? I think kind of to put it simply is like I kind of just paid my dues. I put myself out there and I tried to help Team USA any way I could. I made myself uncomfortable going overseas. Right? I spent a month in Russia in January, and that was a transformative kind of experience, just being around so many high-level wrestlers, and really kind of just like making my mind like a blank slate for freestyle and like absorbing and adapting and like seeing these guys, and there's so much to learn, and that's basically what I did, is just pull in as much information about freestyle and that lifestyle that I could.
Does it help you go into like the next part of your wrestling career with like some kind of encouragement, knowing that you took a match from Jordan Burroughs, who has owned the weight for so long?
Yeah, I mean, I was 10 seconds away from the series, right? And so like, it's a little maddening, but it's also encouraging in the sense that I'm right there, but it also makes me excited because I have guys that are that good, that I have to push that hard, and that can push me to that level and that level of excellence, right? It's beyond making the world team or the Olympics. Like, that is in itself really exciting for me as an athlete.
Yeah, you talked about 10 seconds away from the series, such a competitive series.
Yeah.
What were some like major takeaways from you, or for you, like wrestling wise?
You know, I just I have to attack more, right? Like, it's everything goes well for me when I'm being aggressive and attacking, and things don't go well when I wrestle backwards, right? So that was my major takeaway. I have to respond better in a third match. I don't know. I just after such two grueling matches like that, physically I wasn't all there in the third match, and that kind of stings a little bit. But you know, there's so many things I can be better at. Even, you know, like, you know, people keep telling me like, good job, I wrestled great, and like you're like right there. But to me, I'm like, man, there's so many things. There's so many things that I could be doing that I could have done better. And like, I'm excited because even with those things that I could have done better, like I'm right there. I just gotta again I gotta find those little ways to change.
Yeah. You mentioned your month in Russia in January. How'd that opportunity come about, and what was the experience like?
So my head coach, Brian Medlin, he would take his high school kids over there. He's been there a couple summers, has like good connections with some guys in Vladikavkaz, which is one of the best regions in the whole world of wrestling. Right? We were in Vladikavkaz, and we were in two gyms, and there was murals of World Olympic champions, at least a dozen in every gym we went to, right? There were a dozen faces up there that were like world medalists, Olympians, and man, the culture is just so different, right? I'm from California, and I spend most of my time in Illinois now, and going over there, just being around the people was so different. Like, you know, I really like the Russian people. I didn't care much for the whole, like, it was just very uncomfortable, but I'm glad I made myself uncomfortable and put myself out there, because it made me better.
So with Final X behind you now, what's the focus moving forward, or what are some things that you're working on? You already mentioned attacking more, blah, 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 but I guess, what's your focus now?
Getting things done for my wedding first and foremost, because there's so much to do. But I mean, it's the same thing. I have to prepare just like I did last year. I have to be able to, you know, I don't have to be, but like, I'm just as excited as I was to be at these camps as I was last year, right? And I'm preparing just like I'd be wrestling at the World Championships, and again, just being a good teammate and paying my dues and doing everything I can for Team USA now.
So 2020 obviously is an elephant in the room for everybody, right? With the weight classes, you know, going from 10 to 6, what are some things you're anticipating?
Well, there's a lot of things, right? I mean, there's Jordan, there's Kyle, and then there's, you know, I like to say, I said this the other day, I was like after the Final X, like, I almost tweeted, I was like, yeah, I'm also the other guy that wrestled at 74 kilogram with Kyle Dake and Jordan Burroughs, right? Because I feel like I'm right there. I could be just as prominent as them for this vying for the spot. So that's really what I'm anticipating. I mean, there's good guys coming from college. There's probably Vincenzo. I'm guessing Micaiah Lewis, maybe Marinelli. There's probably guys I'm missing, and they're all going to be vying for an Olympic trials berth. So, and those won't be easy either. But I'm also excited to run those back too.
What are some things you can do to have the edge or the advantage over those newer guys who are going to be focusing on college season?
Yeah, I'm lucky now that I'm fully I'm a professional athlete. That's what I do. Like, this is my life. I'm not a college student anymore. I don't got to worry about waking up. Like, my job is to peak my body, put the right stuff in and get as good as I possibly can every time.
Very cool. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah.